recorded.
We're talking about Black Lives Matter today, guys. Woo! Cue applause. Anyways, so in light of recent events, yes,
Recent events.
yeah, such as I want to say that George Floyd's murder was like a trigger to everything that people had to like.
I think it was more of a wake-up call.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just that you realize that everything you thought was getting better was just being swept under the rug.
Getting better. Matter of fact, it was just happening way more often.
I think
Because over the years, especially like 2016, there've been like multiple murders.
Yeah, and the thing is, over the years you hear that things are getting better, things like more inclusive, racism is dying down. You think that things are
They're
getting
just
better.
hiding it better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
They're
all
just
they were doing.
the media has become top tier and hiding everything and normalizing it. But like the fact that it was like released to the public and it got viral on Instagram, so like it was more of a wake up call for Black people around the world to realize that it's still happening and it's still going
I
on.
think George's murder triggered the protests.
Of course, it was the start of the protest.
It wasn't the start of the protest because protests were happening before, just not in a consistent manner.
You know what really happened? Like first you had Ahmaud Arbery, he was just out jogging and then he got shot for no reason, and that's when everyone's like, what the hell's going on? Then less than a month later you have a black man a police officer.
Yeah, you're gonna have to say that over again. You're gonna have to say that over again.
Yeah, you think triple.
Repeat. One more time. Come on, let's go. Again.
Stop. Alright, so Ahmaud Arbery was out jogging and these two white men who weren't even cops or anything just chased him down and shot because he was being suspicious or whatever.
I think the fact that it was like so close together, you had people realizing, wow, this really happening now. That's what we're doing now. We're just gonna start the racism thing over again, quote unquote, even though it was continuously happening.
You don't feel like
before that?
Girl, your points are so strong. You're just chipping out constantly.
Probably like write them and I'll say it for you.
Yeah, I'll send it.
Yeah.
So you were saying Abigail?
You know, like Trump is definitely a big part in this. What causes so much acts of racism nowadays? Because people who are racist, they know he's racist, right? And he's just fueling them. I mean, he's pretending not to fuel them. You understand?
I can't get Trump supporters. They're like,
they're just
I support Trump, but I am not racist. I am not homophobic. But then again, the person I support is racist, is homophobic, is an alleged rapist. Like, it makes no sense to me how you support someone like that, but then you're gonna say, well, my personal morals, but this person's morals that I support, he can do whatever he wants, but my personal morals, I don't get it. It makes no sense to me at all.
Like, alright, so since we're on, Trump supporters, let's talk about All Lives Matter, that thing, yeah.
Trash. Here's the thing, right? People say all lives matter to counteract Black Lives Matter. So bye. So they haven't been saying all lives matter when ICE was keeping the kids in cages, even though it's still happening right now. They aren't saying all lives matter when the Asian people were being racist, were being hate crimes against or were experiencing racism because of the coronavirus, especially since that Donald Trump called the virus the China virus. They weren't saying all lives matter and that, but when black people say, "Oh, Black Lives Matter," they're like, "Well, my life matters too. All life matters. All lives matter. Not just Black Lives Matter. Y'all are racist. Y'all are racist. All lives matter." It's like they're trying to say that we're being in we're being like exclusive to the movement, but that's not what it's about. It's about the fact that black lives don't matter in the so-called all lives matter, and it's that all lives won't matter until black lives matter. The fact
They're
that a
saying that
Because
little
they think the all they think I hope I'm not cutting it, but they think if they make the topic of Black Lives Matter a discussion, a group like a group discussion where everyone's included, think people won't have to worry that like, oh, black lives are standing out for the moment, or people will just forget, like, since it's everybody, let's not focus on anyone, give anyone special treatment, so that the black people can continue to be killed in the background while everyone pretends like, yeah, we all matter and everything's fine.
all
they're
lives matter is
basically saying when they say all lives matter, I say Black Lives Matter, and somebody says no, all lives matter. What they're saying is that us fighting for our rights are irrelevant.
And invalid.
Th-
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. That what we're just irrelevant because they don't understand that we didn't even have as much rights as you in the
We didn't
first
have
place.
any rights.
That's why we're fighting. Yes. So they're just I don't know. It's like humans are just very selfish overall, and I don't understand because they aren't suffering. They don't care about other people suffering.
They live in a little box thinking that, oh, because I'm white, I'm straight, I'm a cis man or woman, because some of them think that they have rights. I'm a cis man. I don't have any problems. My life is great, everything's good. I don't foresee any form of oppression happening to anyone because I live in a nice middle class neighborhood. Everyone seems happy there, and they refuse to educate themselves.
So
That's
what
what,
you talk about basically is privilege. Yeah,
yeah.
them don't
They
have
don't want to
Exactly.
accept their
Because
them not have to worry about certain things. As in like you're not
because
have to
even
go
if
out on
they
the
have
road
it
and worry
hard,
say yo something not gonna happen.
go on,
what were you
Because
saying?
like
yeah,
because
you
like
finish, you finish.
half of these white people who grew up living privileged lives, if they were, let's say, born as a black person, only then they would care, and only then would they try to stand up for themselves, stand up
And
for other people.
understand.
Because they're suffering, so of course they're going to care. So
Yeah,
I don't
the
know.
only
Yeah,
way
you're right
you
about the
care because
privilege
you
thing.
feel it. Because the
Because
thing about privilege is like, yeah, I'm not gonna say that every single person who's born white, straight, male, whatever is lives a perfect life and everything is easy for them. But the fact is that any problems you face, they won't be because of your race or your sexuality or your gender. It'll be because of other issues, maybe where you're growing up, the amount of money you have. But like a black person, you can live up in the best, you can be raised in the best house, have everything going for you.
and you can still get shot on the street because
You're
you're
still gonna
black.
be you can still get shot on the street. Yeah, a white man who gets shot on the street, he's never gonna get shot because no one's gonna go and target you like, oh, let's go kill a white person today. No one says that. No cop is
Because
gonna look at him and say he looks suspicious, let's kill him.
Cause like even like Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce has received hate threats and death threats, especially targeting her children. Why? Because she's black and she's successful. Nicki Minaj has received
Mm-hmm.
such death threats and hate threats because she's black and she's successful. There are so many black male rappers that are getting killed. I mean, I'm not saying the reason they're getting killed is because they're
I
black,
wanna
but
deal.
it just seems like a trend, you know? It just seems like a trend. Even Megan Thee Stallion, she got shot in the leg. I don't even know
And
who shot her,
both her
why they
feet.
shot her,
Tory,
but she got shot, and
Tory
she's still a
Lanez.
black. Whatever he is, like the fact that you're still black and successful doesn't erase from the fact that you're black. You still can be
For those
dead.
examples though, me not really like for the rappers per se. I don't believe that was race related.
Yeah, some of them like legit in a gangs though.
It was not race related. Like if you're gonna say something's like race, you the Beyonce example is a very good example. But for the rappers now, for like Megan, I don't think there was any race-based hate thing going on. I think it was just some form of mix-up.
Yeah, they're trying to shoot somebody else, I heard. And then she got caught in the crossfire.
For that situation, no one knows what happens because some people say, when named Tory Lane is shooter, and some people say that's not true and he did not do that. So no one knows the actual story. And Megan herself said that she's not ready to come out and talk about the story yet.
Okay, yeah, I get that, but
I think what we have to see is that this what do you want to say again? So like there is a level, I don't know why, I can't tell you why, but there's a level of like a threat. I feel as if I don't know why they would see black people as a threat. You forget what I say, because I must have thought you see a man and walk down the street and him not do nothing. Why you feel
it's true enough.
To kill him?
It's true.
You
I
see
feel it
somebody
sometimes and I'm sorry to be racist.
And then them not bother nobody no. But why they feel as if they're a threat to you? Why do you feel as if they were bothering you? I don't understand why white people believe say yo.
I understand it.
Successful. Success not other for everybody.
I mean, okay, look at George Floyd, right? Look at the way he was dressed. Okay, I don't want to sound racist, but look at him. He's like, it's known that he did drugs. Look at the way he was dressed. Those are the type of stereotypes that I assume police officers go by.
Wasn't he wearing a white hoodie or a white shirt?
I wear Marina thing, I don't know.
Marina.
Yeah. Like, the way how he looked, I can see why the police will go up to him. But that's not the way for them to go. And that's what they need to be taught.
I think that's what we need to talk about. Like, why is it a stereotypical thing? If you see a black man in a hoodie,
you assume he's in some gang or some foolishness, and you go up and interrogate him and harass him just because he looks a certain way. Some of the times they can just go in a suit and tie on the street, and just because they're black, they would just automatically
something wrong with that. I think he stole that suit. You think he stole that suit? I think he stole that suit. Let's go shoot him. That's
remember what that guy. Remember that black man that fought like this white man, this guy, he was white, he was breaking into this black man's house. The black man was in like this rich, first one of those gated communities, right? And so the black guy, he heard noises coming from inside his house. So he called the police, and the police was there on the scene, and he shot the black man. He just shot him dead, thinking that he was the person breaking and entering in the man's own house, and the white thief got away. I think that's how the story goes, but that's literally what happened.
And I've heard another story exactly like that before. Like, or you even stop to assume, like, confirm who the homeowner is. You just see a black person shoot.
I think the guy is the skin. I think it's the skin. I don't feel like at the end of the day, like, there are certain clothes with them attribute. But like at the end, I think is that the skin is the main thing. Like whatever you wear, your skin still shows. Like you can't escape it.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like they're just afraid, because why would you? If you've seen the footage of like police officers treating black people badly, it's like them afraid of them. Why would you shoot so fast? Why would you tackle them to the ground so viciously?
Why are we such a threat? That's the question. Why is the fact that I'm darker than you a threat? That's the question that we should be asking. That I think the fact, let's go to like the ACAB situation, right? The all cops are bastard thing, right? The fact that a cop or a policeman gets training for like what? Well, what was it? 9 months, I think.
Than a
Let me research this to have
barber.
accurate
Less than
information.
a barber.
Let me research this real quick to have accurate information. Because I know they have less training. They go through less training than a doctor that saves lives to become a police officer. How long does it take?
I don't even remember.
I have a stereotype for white people, for police officers. I feel like the racist police officers, I feel like okay, racism it stems from childhood, right? Like having racist parents, because there's no other way someone can be racist like that, right?
As well as your upbringing, because you're not born
Racist.
your
I think
surrounding. It could be your
racism.
parents, it could be your friends.
From
just
generation to generation.
By the way, 6 months to a year in California.
For what training?
You have to be a cop.
That's like what is it?
That's very short.
Isn't that weird? Because I see what you mean by the doctors thing. Because doctors take like 5
years
to 7
upon
years.
years, almost all of their life, and they never stop.
One thing I read about cops though is that like a cop's job is so much in one. You have to be a doctor, a negotiator, a therapist, all these things, because like you don't. It's not like you just see a criminal and you shoot them. Even the fact is, even if you've committed a crime, that doesn't automatically sentence you to death. That's why we have a judge and a jury and a law
enforcement. Yeah.
Wait, Jada, you want to leave the call and come back?
Criminal goes, oh my god. Okay. All right, I'll be right back. You guys continue talking.
Technical difficulties. I think like alright. Why is there a video in the Skype chat?
I think that was Jada's recording.
Oh, I was also recording.
Okay.
Can I continue what I'm saying? Where did I leave up? What did you?
It was just start from there. We were talking about the things that a police officer has to do, like be a negotiator and.
All right.
Gibby is back.
Glad to see that you joined us, Gibby. If you wanna.
Gibby, you don't sleep yet.
All right. Basically, a cop. They have so much jobs in one. They have to be what can you call it? Well, I lost my train of thought. They have to be a doctor, a therapist, a negotiator, all these things in one. Because let's say you walk in and somebody who has somebody held hostage, you have to know how to negotiate with them. If all you know how to do is shoot a gun and chase people, what are you gonna do? Shoot the person, get the hostage? Like a cop is so much more than just walking around and arresting people.
You're supposed to be a hero.
Yes, they should be trained for like a really long time, at least like 5 years.
I feel like
to learn how
like the military or something.
Alright.
Like wait. Cops, like, it's one of the jobs where you're working with people, and people are unpredictable. You might be just talking to somebody, next thing you know, they have a suicide bomb on their chest, and they're like, I'm gonna blow up everyone around me. What are you gonna do then if all you know how to do is arrest people? Say you're under arrest? What's that gonna do? You need to learn how to deal with any predictable situation that can come up. Sorry, Jade.
I mean, they have different sectors for different.
I personally feel like they're not adequately trained for sensitive situations.
Or the police forces in America aren't taking the time to look into someone's, like, how do you look at somebody's morality? Because it has to do with morality, right? Or someone's history and childhood to know their ideals.
Like there is some aspect of the training that is like, you know how you'd have like them would say, okay, when you see this kind of suspect, what would you do? Like, you remember, for those who watch something there, what was the movie called?
Men in Black.
No.
Jesus.
Hey,
Let
wasn't
me
there a
Men in Black.
racist moment in Men in Black
I
Yes.
don't remember.
where
It's been like such a
where
long
where
time.
Will, I don't remember his character name,
His
but
name
Will
He
was
was
had the
Jay. His
shooting.
name was Jay.
he had the car, right? And then the police officer is like, "Hey, what are you doing with the car?" And he was like, "Listen, you might think I stole it, which I did, but you only think I stole it because I'm
Because I'm
black."
black. Yeah, I remember that part.
You know,
Because
in
like
Men
he
in
was
Black,
wearing a suit and all of that.
Oh,
in
you
Men
know,
in Black, when they were
the
training
old
the
Comedy Central skit.
officers,
What was the
what
name of
was
the book that you got me that one
The hate
time?
you give.
Yes, you see, in the hate you give, there is a scene where she's talking with her uncle
Yeah.
about how what he
Oh,
would do if he saw this kind of person. And then what the answer that he said really showed that that they're
They
trying
were
to target a certain look.
I
So I
remember
think
my
that
dad was trying to tell me that, like, oh, it's fine, and like he would have done the same thing, and he's not being racist in that situation
because
because it's just like the.
should you put
yeah.
Whatever. It wasn't important. Continue.
No man, but it's like it's embedded in how they train as well as the fact that them not adequately trained. So it's one big
There's the reason why people say ACAB first of all is because they work for a corrupt system. Let's not talk about racism right now, right?
uh-huh.
Even though the entire thing is about racism, but so many things go hidden under what cops have done. Cops have done so many bad stuff. Isn't it? It's so many bad stuff. Raped a lot of women, kept it undercover, um, killed a lot
That
of
poor
people. It
lady.
doesn't have to be racist based. Kept it undercover. So many crimes have been done by cops, yet still they're working and they're keeping these secrets for each other under this corrupt system. The police system in entirety is a very corrupt system. And that's why
So
people are
like
saying
back in like the
ACAB.
70s and 60s or whatever, like basically the mob and like gangsters and drug dealers and whatever, you could just pay whoever you wanted in the police force and you wouldn't get in trouble for anything you're doing. Like the entire thing was corrupt
yeah,
because
well,
you're not
people
the police aren't
bribing.
working for salaries or
It's still
whatever.
happening
They're
out here,
working for
It's
no.
whatever
still
whoever they
happening
want.
now.
It's
It's
still
in
happening,
here.
but back then it was really, really bad, like every single
Didn't
day.
the cop system
Get
come
what?
about in America as like slave patrol? And because the rule was
Yes, that's
it was
exactly
like
it.
that a person can't be a slave again unless they're in prison. That's why the cop system came up about because they had to like they started like arresting random people and putting them in prison. Random
Yeah,
black
the
people and putting them in
police
prison for
system
them
as we
to
know
escape.
it in America started as a slave patrol system. If it's rooted in like racism, I hope to God I'm not tripping out. But if it's rooted
No.
in racism, like you need to make a new system completely. That's what state was it? Michigan that made a defunded their police system is making a whole new thing.
Not sure. I don't.
Minneapolis, I don't remember something with an M.
But the fact that like they're still there working for a corrupt system, like honestly, if you want, if you can't like be, oh, I'm not a bad cop. I protect my people. I am not racist. So you're still working for the system. You're still hiding secrets for your coworkers
They still
that
working
are
for a
racist,
corrupt
that
system.
have done bad things.
I think that's one of the reason why, because there's this movie, I don't remember the name and I never watch it, but like we did we did watch the trailer. And I heard from someone who did watch it. I think it's called
Is
something
it
blue.
Queen and Slim?
No, I think it's something. It have blue in the name, right? I forget something with blue, and it's
Oh,
like
I
about
think I
this
know what you're
woman,
talking about.
and she's a part of the police force, right? And so she saw something she shouldn't have,
I know
and
exactly what you're talking.
huh?
So she knows
I said
exactly
I
what you're
know
talking
Oh,
exactly what you're talking about.
so
I
she
can't remember the
saw.
name either though.
Yeah, exactly. I saw like she saw something she shouldn't have. Some corrupt dealings, right? Cause them her partner told her to stay in the vehicle and she just never did. She did come out and she looked. And that got her in some trouble, so she on the run and she turned to her people in her community to help her, and they wouldn't help her because they believed she was a part of the same system that was going against them. So it's like a back and forth situation because she's not corrupt, but she's working for a corrupt system that goes against her and people that look like her.
And
I
I'm
think
sorry,
that's just
but
a whole nother, a
topic.
whole nother.
No. The thing is, I'm sorry, but like I have never felt comfortable around police. I don't know who has, but I have never felt comfortable around police. I always just feel uneasy about them because of the system that's going on.
And
I
that is
never
sad,
liked them.
That is sad because
Honestly, I was always kind of just unaware and like whatever is happening. But like really being like shown everything that's happening and getting into it, it's like whenever I see cops now, even if I'm in Jamaica, wherever I am, it's just kind of like, ugh, there they are.
alright, you see like
Because the
how
system is broken.
we start
I
stepping
don't
on
mind the
Jamaica,
Jamaican police per se
But,
because
like-
Jamaican police they go for more like class instead of race.
We'll soon
in
reach
Jamaica.
that.
Yeah, man.
Soon
We
reach
have
that.
one where
Yeah,
things
that's a
start
whole
before we
different
touching on that,
conversation.
because that is a very, as much as like what was going on in America was very much on my feed, and I had the chance to be educated about it. It's a difference from when you're actually living in the country. Because we can say I'm more about America, but if you talk about Jamaica now, special.
Okay.
So let's talk about the whole looting thing, that situation that was going on,
Oh god.
where
What looting?
there was the rioting,
And then like the
It's like
protesting.
you can riot, but don't loot. Like, are you serious?
at the one point, I'm not gonna lie to you, like me did really upset at the rioting. Why? Because I grew to understand from videos, evidence that it wasn't the black persons that were looting.
Oh.
These
Exactly.
It was both.
And plus
they
it
Mostly
were
was
white.
blamed.
It was a lot of white
it
people
was
doing it. But you
what do
know
you
what? Even
call
if it
them?
is both, guess who's gonna get blamed for it? Only black
Exactly.
people. They're
What
gonna
do you
And then
say
call
that
them?
they
The
black
faced
people
policemen
and
that are not like
consequences.
dressed in uniform. What do you call them?
They're not just in uniform.
Yeah, what do you call them?
undercover
Undercover.
cops.
Yeah, so like it's actually I heard that in some states, I don't remember which one, but like the looting and the like destroying of places, it started with
Oh,
policemen in undercover dressed in like regular
Yes.
plain clothes and they're white.
And
yeah.
And
all
they're
these
like, let's
weird,
go loot
mysterious
this, and then
piles
the
of bricks
protesters were just like,
showed up.
okay.
Exactly.
I never
Like,
like it,
you know, there's all
Never
these
like
and
it
those
one.
weird piles of bricks that people could just go and throw in
Mhm.
windows and stuff. Like,
It
why are there
was
random piles of
left
bricks at
Because
every
there
street corner?
because
I believe that
Yeah,
it
so
was
that you
so
can break into places
disrespectful
easily.
for go against the movement where try for to
It's like
get us
we
the
tried.
respect we deserve, and then them a come do that now, and then it it's not our fault, and they know that we'll be blamed for it,
yet they continue.
and they do it because they
Exactly.
don't care and it does not affect them.
Cause bro. Oh man, I forgot what I was
Like,
saying.
I'm
Never
gonna be
mind.
honest with you. When I heard that they looted Target, I was like, Target, okay, they're good. They're right. They're a multi-million
Target
company.
released
They're
a
okay.
statement saying that they were fine. They put out a statement like stop, saying that, oh, why did you loot Target? Because
I was
that
like,
building's
they're
insured.
good.
We're making millions of dollars every single
Every
day. Like,
year, but
they
like,
are fine.
but then when they started looting black-owned
That
companies,
was the
I was like,
problem,
okay, now
and
there's a
they
problem.
started
That's how
to
you know that the
destroy
black
them
people
too.
ain't doing it. Because why the hell would we do that? And we know that some of our own relatives own these companies and they're getting destroyed and they're not
Exactly.
insured and they don't have money to come up back to where
I
they've
just
started.
don't understand what was happening. But then again, who
Some
knows
people
who's looting
just
those stores?
I'm sure there are like literally racist people in the protest, just liking the chaos and just
Yeah,
taking the
man.
opportunity
I
to
think
be
yeah,
like
Yeah,
if
and
that
lots
was
of people are
Just
probably just
there,
taking the
fueling,
like,
and
opportunity
then
to take stuff.
them know say the police now go stand back when it comes to a group of black persons, because as they can see, them will stand back when it's a group of white
In
people
those
shouting them
protests,
people, oh, them now wearing a mask. But if it's a group of black
exactly.
persons, them a show everything them have, man. I
The
don't think they could care.
protest started off peacefully, and it's continued peacefully. People just sitting there on their knees or saying, "I can't breathe," around holding signs, and they're throwing tear gas at them. They're doing all sorts of things. And today, people are protesting, but because they're not rioting anymore, the media chose to completely ignore it. Let's pretend nothing's
Isn't that
happening because that's
suspicious?
how we
Isn't
ignore
that
Very
problems.
suspicious? The
suspicious,
media
because
just
putting
stopped.
a bad
Just
light.
stop.
The media is
CNN. Let's not even
completely
talk about CNN.
CNN just
CNN.
stopped.
Oh my God.
completely controlled. And they just said, first of all, the media is trying to paint it that, like, black people were the ones doing all the
Listen,
bad stuff. It's just
the
out of control
racists.
protest for no reason.
Guys, do
Remember?
not
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
Fox. Do not watch Fox News. Fox is
Fox News
Oh
is
no,
being
literally
racist.
owned by
racist.
Trump.
They're
Oh
literally
my.
showing all
Fox
lives
News
matter
is
and being
owned.
like, oh, look how wholesome this is. They're giving out cookies and they're literally holding up all lives matter signs.
Like,
I don't
remember
understand.
that protest live stream that we watched that one time, Jada? Well,
Ah,
Jada.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You saw how much white people were out there, and we were like searching, where are the black people? Where are the black people?
Exactly.
The thing
I was
is, we are
so
scared. I mean, we don't
seeing
want to
them.
go out there, and then pow pow, we're
Yeah,
shot.
but at one point the police were it just didn't matter your skin tone. As long as you're protesting for Black Lives Matter, you're an enemy. You get shot with rubber bullets. You get, like, oh my gosh, the thing
And
on the
then you
bridge
wonder
where
where
they
the
trapped
All
those
Lives
poor
Matter
people on the
people.
bridge.
And then you
Like,
wonder
oh
where
my,
the All Lives Matter people. Like, oh
yeah.
look, a
And my
white person
sister,
got shot because of a protest. Oh look, a white hijabi's got her hijab torn off of her during a protest, and they're like, we pretend we do not see. We
exactly, because they're like they'll be, oh my gosh, look, this white person got shot and no one's talking about it. And black people will come and say, like, if your kind are getting shot too, you should be out protesting with us. Why is it a game to you that, like, oh, we're also getting oppressed too, so, like, stop fighting against it? Like, it's not a game, it's not a competition. I don't know why white people want to be oppressed so much. Like, it's like you want to be included in a party, but you don't want all the benefits. You want
As I
black
said,
people's music
everyone
and food
wanna
and
be
dance,
black
but
until
you
it's
don't
time to
want to
be
be
black.
black.
Everyone
Exactly. Look at
wanna
all
be
these
black.
celebrities who like to benefit off of black culture and don't say anything. Oh
Kardashian.
no, because
Nice call.
apparently the movement has died down, and it
The
was just this
ones with
fun trend
the
that everyone
The
black
had.
movement is
children.
still happening, and the movement will continue to happen as it continues to
People
But
happen from
the
before.
fact that
protesting right
it
now,
brought
but the
out
media doesn't want to
Anonymous,
show peaceful protest.
And
Exactly.
it brought out Anonymous.
that's
Everybody
Jada's
was
crush.
helping us. No, not anymore.
Oh wow, she moved
No,
on.
because Anonymous isn't doing anything anymore. It's just like everything is dying down, and no matter how hard people keep trying, people keep sharing videos and stuff. It's like not enough people can. It's really upsetting.
It was like
It's a trend, man. You see, it's like
like
a trend.
Yeah,
yeah, it was
Like,
like
trendy
okay,
no
culture.
matter how much
put
you,
put
because
put
it's
the
become
black
a
square
trend
up.
to say Black Matter isn't a trend. That's how people look at it.
It's sad to see that that's what it is, though. Like it only trend for a couple of weeks, and then
Like we all have people living in America. We all have people going to live in America. We all probably might end up visiting America, but it's a high
Not me.
possibility that our lives are a trend. That it
it's
doesn't
sad
matter
to
that
see
much.
that
Like,
black people
bro.
lives are a trend to them.
Like, I never wanted to live in America because I knew it was racist, but I don't even want to be anywhere near America now. Like, I'm not joking. If I was living in America right now, I would move, or I would jump in the ocean and try to swim to Africa because I'm not staying there.
Ah, that's a long stretch.
I know this
better than
is,
getting
doesn't
shot
have
in the streets.
anything.
Like imagine this. You get taken away from your homeland and just dropped off in this country you don't know, and you don't have anything. The land they promised you. So you don't have any money for the years they tortured you and raped you and forced you to work with them so that they have things. Like it's just so unfair. And you
And
get
you
stuck
know,
there, and even you think this is your home and that you're safe there and whatever, but you still get treated like crap and just shot
they
on the streets.
say
It's like you don't have a home. That's not your home.
they say what they say. Go back to your country. Please take me back. Take me back. Honestly,
It brought
because they don't
them
want to be
there.
here. Like they're like, you brought me here first. Your ancestors brought me here first. So please take me back. Take me
Like,
back. Will
oh
you
my
pay for
gosh.
my ticket? Pay for everything that I've spent here.
I
Take me
remember
back.
seeing this tweet once about this Native American girl who is dating this white guy, and he's like, "Oh damn, I got me a foreign girl." She's like, "You're on my land. What are you talking about? I'm a foreign girl. You're the foreigner here. You are the foreigner." It's like,
It's so dumb, man.
It's really dumb that and it's the fact that people are just like, let's stay ignorant because they don't want to be educated. That's why I stopped arguing with ignorant people, because they have Google. Google is free. Google is free. It is accessible.
exactly.
If you want to find out
But
why we're angry, Google it. I'm pretty sure you won't
yeah,
be you won't.
I don't even look at comments on public things anymore because like the things you see, it's just like, is this person actually being legit? They're just trolling. 'Cause I don't know. I can't process the fact that somebody genuinely sits there and believes that like, oh yeah, all lives matter. What are black people even talking about? It's just like I don't understand how someone could be that ignorant or stupid. So I refuse to process the fact that they're actually being serious because I can't believe it.
Okay.
Just genuinely cannot believe it.
Alright. Well, how
Like
does
I
it
was
like?
say, America need a part two. This need a part two.
It needs
America,
a.
I don't think America is gonna
We
survive 2020. To be perfectly
we
honest,
need
it's
a
gonna
part
like
two
sink or
for
something.
To like
America
talk about America.
because there's so much. Jesus
Oh
God,
gee, oh.
you know, typical
I am so
Jamaican
sorry for the
just
background
passed
noise.
by. Ah, yeah, because like it go way deeper than this, you know. Because if you want to understand something, you have to go at the root of it.
Yeah, honestly, I could talk about this for
Yeah.
days. I
And
could write a
personally,
book
I
about
don't
it.
feel like any situation that's happening over there will get any better.
Thing.
I feel like it
Like,
will
Yeah.
just
honest, I
worse.
think
I
it's
have
done
no
for.
faith and no hope.
You know what nobody thinks about?
What?
When I was watching CNN and the police, I mean, were like gassing the protesters. I
Mhm.
just saw this one black police officer. I really wanted to know what
Oh,
was going on in his head. What?
oh
How does he
wow.
feel?
Dude,
What is he
Just
doing?
like the one
Exactly,
that
going
was
against the
like,
protest.
you
I
know,
don't think.
they stand in front of the people and then they're
Yeah.
chanting, and then
Mhm.
he
Yeah.
was just like doing it under his breath and they caught it on video. Cause
Who?
I don't know,
It,
man.
I don't feel bad for them, but I feel bad for them.
I mean, you know, you can't. There's more. You have to look at it deeper, you know, cause like
Yeah, that's what we're
you
going
need
to
a
talk about.
source of income, and if that's your source of, I don't know,
Some of
man.
them
I
have to
don't.
take orders enough. Some of them just have to do the orders.
a lot of
I,
them, there's not even some of the white cops
personally,
aren't evil, but like they have to take
Let
personally,
we can
going to.
debunk this more
Well,
in
you don't
another
have to
time.
do it, but that's your job, your income. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Same thing we're saying about the entire system is corrupted because even the good ones in it. Too bad if you're good. Like you're still gonna end up doing the orders of the corrupted and still working for the corrupted system and allowing it to. So what's the point?
Okay, let's talk about how it like affects Jamaica itself now. Because there was a protest in Jamaica.
Oh my
When
gosh!
was it?
Before we get into that, can I say something?
Yeah,
Bef- Uh,
that's what we don't ship
all
out.
right. Before we get into Jamaica, I just want to say that the sad thing about it is that it's not just black people, it's every single minority, and there's so many minorities out there. Because like, when you think of minority, automatically go to black people and then like maybe Asians, but like there's so much different minorities that just don't have any chance or aren't even represented or aren't even thought about in these situations.
And
But
that's
that's also
what
a
the
topic
Black
for and
Lives
again, I
movement
don't want to get
talks
into
about.
it.
It's not only just for
Yeah.
black people. It's the fact that there are people out their lives that
It's
don't
for
matter, and
POCs.
no one's paying attention to it. But in Jamaica now, that's a different point because Jamaica is a predominantly black country. So how it affects
Let's
Hold
talk
on,
Jamaica?
I just come
the
back. We're
slavery
talking about Jamaica
mentality
now.
has
Jamaica, we're talking about how the movement
yeah,
affects
and
Jamaica
I want to
because
talk
we're a
about how
predominantly black
and how
country.
slavery still affects black people to this day, and
First of
still
all,
just poison the minds that make us think no matter what we do, we're always gonna be below. And how so much black people all around the world just want to be white and want to be accepted by white people.
First of all, let's talk about the fact that our Independence Day,
Oh,
August
Hold
6th, right?
on, man. We are moved too fast.
No. Let's
Well,
talk about the fact
that's
that it's 58, right? That's 58 years. Some people are 58 years old.
of
It's not that
independence.
far back. It's not that far back.
Exactly.
People are acting like
1960.
it's like, oh my god, ages ago. But like, it's not that far back.
it
Well,
was
it's really
58.
not as bad as America because if you look at the past in Jamaica, we were living mostly together in harmony with whole heap of white people, I could say. It wasn't
Alright.
that bad.
Alright, hold on. I want to say a couple things. Just want to say.
It's just that the Queen decided to just give us legal independence on that date, I think.
Let me just, I feel like it's my duty to say something about this since I'm a Caribbean history student. Even though I don't like history.
Yes.
You
Give
were
us your knowledge, Shada.
Yeah, oh god, it hurts to say the word. But alright, so like, alright, we're gonna start from the bottom. Cause so we all know Jamaica was enslaved. There were slaves, yeah, what I mean I say.
Mm-hmm.
I miss
And-
the Thanos.
Whom are still
I
alive.
want to be
They
mixed
They're
with
were-
still alive. There's still
They're
some
still
Thanos alive, but
alive.
they were just extinct in Jamaica.
No. There is a lady out here that is of Taino descent that is still alive.
You still
this
have some Thanos around the world, though.
No, let's not say around the world.
Yeah.
You
Well,
have
not
to
around
say
the world, in the
within
Caribbean.
certain countries, like the Kalinagos are still alive. Because when the what them name? Was it the Spanish or the
Colonizers?
English? The Spanish or the English, they were very fearful of them because you see
Spaniards.
each group of indigenous people had certain characteristics. Like the Tainos, they were soft
Very
and more
peaceful.
easygoing, very peaceful
Yeah.
people. They were very welcoming, and that is how the whole thing did start. With
Christopher
where
Columbus
Jamaica
is like,
is
this is mine
concerned.
now.
And then now, like you see, the Kalinagos, they were warboats.
What
So
about the Caribs?
they are the
Caribs.
Caribs are the Kalinagos. Carib is a language. Kalinago is
Oh.
the actual group of the people. Arawak is a language. Taino is the group of people that spoke it.
Oh, my life is
Okay.
a lie.
Yeah, I remember the Caribs being like assholes or something to the team.
They were warboats.
Yeah,
They
they're
were
always
warboats, and they
fighting
were
people.
not cannibals.
Warmongers.
Let's start there. They weren't cannibals. That's a misconception. And then you had like the Maya and the Incas and the Aztecs over the other side, who were eradicated by the English as well,
Okay.
which is a whole nother story. So we're gonna start there, and then we come up to the fact that they died off. The Tainos died off, because we are speaking specifically to Jamaica now, and they had slaves that were brought here. And when they bring them here, they do a thing where they basically try to erase whatever form of culture and suppress it that they had before. And so certain things are present in our society today, like the fact that there's more single mothers in the Caribbean, and that was evident in slavery because you weren't allowed to have a family. So even if you did have a child, the father could not be around that child. And we see that present in today's society in many different ways. And now we have the situation of the light skins and the dark skins and
Colorism.
the
Yeah, because it's
associated,
just the more Eurocentric features you have,
The more
basically the prettier
accepted.
you are,
the more
which is
accepted
not
we are.
true.
And then like them now
Yeah,
you have light skinned persons are associated with a certain aspect of the society, and so and as such them get very very lovely treatment, you know.
The brownings.
Yeah.
And we
there's
see it in the
Because,
schools, we
yeah,
you
see
get the
the cold
colorism.
hair thing
I've
and
been to
so
different high schools and it's like them call each other black and ugly. Like say those two words go together.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I remember when I first moved to Jamaica, it was an insult to call someone ugly black. Like you go and say, "Oh, you're just dark and ugly. You're black. Look at you, you're so black." And
Mhm.
I never heard anything like that before.
Girl,
And
oh
it's
you're so
just
black
weird.
and ugly. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's a, but it's just sad that like that's an insult in our predominantly black society, and even here in Jamaica, like what was I gonna say? Jesus Christ, I'm so old. But like
Zoe,
it's the
my mother
minority that
insists on
still
telling you hi.
rules.
Sorry, Jada. Hi,
Hi,
Zoe.
It's
Auntie.
alright.
I love that
Okay,
Okay,
one.
What
continue.
was I
as you're
saying?
saying,
So yeah, the minor in Jamaica, the minority rules the
And the
majority.
bleaching,
So
oh my
although
god, it's so
majority is black,
disgusting.
bleaching is. We'll get into bleaching next. Like, see your minority, you have your few white people and Chinese people and Indian people, and they're like the ones on the top of the system. They're the ones who are rich, who own buildings, who are selling to the majority of black people
Mhm.
make up most of the poverty section of Jamaica. And it's just like a message to the rest of the world that like no matter what, black people are always gonna be on the bottom of the
and
society.
you
They're
know
not
the
gonna
thing
have
with
the majority of
Jamaica
money.
is
It's
what
really
hurt me
upsetting.
the most. It's us against ourselves, basically.
Yeah.
It's
We're
no other
Yes.
I
race
saw a
My
against
tweet
us.
mommy
that
always
said
says
that
that
we're the
black people are
most
against black
anti-black
people. The
country.
black
Because
nation on
we're
earth.
gonna have, yeah, you have the light skins versus the dark skin situation. You have the dark skins versus the dark skins.
I'm glad they're clowning the light skins now. They
Cause,
deserve to be clowned.
like, alright, so you have to have. Alright, let's look at school.
Mm.
Let's look at school. Cause you know that's where it's most evident out here. School, the workplace, you know,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. We
The
see
fact
a
You
that
lot.
know,
let's start from the most basic form of education, right? I worked in a nursery, and I ain't disclosing it because I don't want them to hear this. But like, I worked in a nursery in the summer, last summer, and basically the lighter babies, they were seen as more prettier than the dark. I ain't saying that the nurse. I'm not saying that's the nursery's like fault. I'm saying that the workers, they're like, oh
it's
my
true.
god,
I
she's
have
so pretty, and then they're at the black ones like, oh my god, she's so black and pretty. Like, why you have to mention the
Yeah,
black?
you have to. I don't know why they'd have to
Exactly. Why is
Like,
that
why you
a
have to
factor?
mention the black? Like,
girl,
oh,
I have so much
And
she's
I'm
so
sorry, but
innocent.
have you
Oh,
seen
she
dark?
little black little girl. Like, I don't get it.
No,
I think it's a
no,
thing that's
guys. But have you seen
ingrained.
dark skinned women and stuff? Like dark skin is so beautiful, and there's no. It's just clear and pretty, radiant and glowing. Like, how can you look at that and say, "Oh, that you're dark and ugly"? How? I don't understand just logics. But no, just because you're not Eurocentric, your skin isn't like that automatically makes you ugly.
Let's go
And they
down a
act like
peace
being
button.
light skinned automatically makes you pretty. Like there are very ugly light skinned people out there. It's foolishness. I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter. Like you can find ugly dark skinned people and ugly light skinned people. You can
Yeah,
find pretty light skinned
prettiness
people and
shouldn't
pretty
matter
dark
on
skinned
your
people.
race
Does not
or
matter.
your skin tone. That's the
Exactly.
point. That's the
you know,
point.
There's
I
no
have
race
personal
or color that's automatically gonna make you ugly.
Oh, yes and
I
no?
have I
Continue.
have some personal experience with what you guys are saying. Cause I remember in primary school I had this best friend, and I don't know, like the teachers, the actual teachers. I don't want to say which school, but the actual teachers they'll be like, to my friend, oh, I'm glad she brown. She just brown and pretty. I don't know. Like, I'll be just standing right beside her, and it's just like, I don't know. They
Usually
just kept,
overshadowed. The
yeah,
darker.
overshadowed.
Yeah.
And the
That's
boys in my
so
class would
messed
literally
up.
say
How
to
did
this.
they do that to them?
The boys in my class would do it too. They'll be like, yeah, you're black and ugly. And they were just being mean. And the girl was so pretty. She was just dark skin and pretty. And just because you couldn't see her in the dark, they would just tease her and say she ugly.
I feel like
That's
to
so,
be a light skin is like the
you know,
pinnacle of our society. It's like a thing we look upon to say, yo, that's how
and there's so
we
much
look at
dark
money
skinned people
and
I
richness
know who
and
are
wealth
beautiful,
and
and imagine that you're beautiful and you have to grow up thinking that you're ugly because people are just have this racism stuck inside of their mind and they
then
refuse
that
to let go of the idea that
is
dark can't be
that
beautiful.
is how we have the whole bleaching situation now, because like it is ingrained in our society to believe that dark skinned persons are uglier and them aspire for have the browning skin. You basically say like you want the browning lifestyle,
And bro,
so then bleach,
and
which
the
never works.
bleaching is just damaging your skin and makes you look orange like you want to be a Trump supporter. It's just
Orange, the whole
disgusting, bro.
rainbow,
Red.
color from time
You
to
look
time.
red.
Red, orange, yellow, green,
Purple,
blue, indigo,
You look
violet.
like some red reptile something. It don't look good.
It
Don't
no
look
look
good.
It looks
Sometimes
disgusting. And then you
it
can't
come
even
out
stand up
good.
in the sun in Jamaica. It's 90% sun. Oh, it never
Sometimes it
comes
come
out
out good,
good.
but your lips still come out black and you still look unnatural.
No, it's the
Exactly.
hate inter-racism that we're
I
faced
remember
with
walking
every
around
day.
this.
Cause I've faced that. I don't know about you guys, but I've faced that. It's not.
No,
It's
there's
not. It's not like it's the fact that you have to feel that, oh, he will like me better. Let's talk about stupid nasty prep school boys then, right? The fact that, oh, he liked me better if I was this person's color, if I had this type of hair, or if I looked this certain way, because I'm darker than this person. That's why he doesn't like me. That's the like the inter-racism that like goes through a lot of these people's head, even these grown ass women, and they're just like, let me buy some Nadinola. Let's see if that's gonna work.
Nadinola.
some idol. Like, there are literally some brown people. I'm not gonna name the school, but there are some brown people, students there that bleach them skin same way. And my mother forgot and go
This the
ask them
dumbest thing.
questions.
Me never yet understand.
It's like at that point, is it just a trend?
Oh my
You're literally
god.
brown. Why
What, do you
are
want to
I
be
feel
white?
like the
I don't
closer you
understand.
are to white, you know,
And the closer you are to white, the more respect
the
you're
better
gained.
you would
And
be.
let's say that about the police, because the lighter you are, you're just like, okay, let me see if I can turn this girl into my wife. Let me treat her real nice, even though she like is 50 are you miles? I don't know.
And
She's like,
dancehall is also a contribution, you know that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
very
in the
much
music
so.
videos, you notice all them are 40 brown girl a dance around them all of a sudden. Well,
The
that's how
fact
it is
that
for
they have to
Smarty.
be like,
That's
oh,
a
I
very
like my
personal
girl black and pretty.
personal,
Yeah,
but like
sometimes
you
them are
see,
white.
the
Foreign
police,
looking girl.
like you see when them see like a alright, them pull over a vehicle and them see like a brown person in there. Them a go, I believe that they associate it with like wealth.
Yeah, they do.
Being rich.
Exactly. And then we can delve into the whole hair situation, you know. Since you guys are speaking about the whole thing that happened over the weekend.
You know what? Let's talk about some local examples. We're getting too heated on this school subject.
Wait. When are we? How long is this? Is the
We
video
should really have a time limit because we
As long as it needs to be.
No, like 1 hour maximum long.
because
I
remember
have
the
to
people
edit
have
out.
short attention span. So what we can do is stop here and have a part two.
Over an hour now, bro.
Yes, part 2, please. Part 2.
Yeah, because honestly, this could be a whole series.
You
Yeah.
can't pick, choose, and refuse. You're the editor, dude.
But let's end it. So like guys, we're gonna have a part two. and all of this. So
Yeah, definitely. But
let's wait
we
for that
get
video.
into way
We
more
even
stuff
hit.
because
We missed
this
out
isn't
one
ending.
point.
What
But that's
point?
okay.
No, we'll save it
Oh,
for
you mean
next
the
time. We'll
Susan
save it for
bubble?
The
next time.
sus
Oh
the
no,
or
no, no.
local
That need a whole
examples.
hour. That need a whole hour.
The whole or local examples. But I guess like
Our
we're
local
starting
what?
a series or
Alright,
local
you see in
Definitely.
when you name
Gibby,
it the
you
video,
want to say anything, Gibby?
give me.
Gibby, you want to say anything? Want to say hi?
what did she send?
She's mute.
Okay.
She sent a screenshot.
Oh my
Alright, so that's where we
God.
end it today, Part 2. We're gonna have a part 2 for this
Alright.
This is
soon. But
gonna be a
next week
series.
we
We're
are
probably gonna.
oh, you know what? On YouTube how you have like playlists?
Yeah.
It should be a part of one
Yeah.
playlist and then the shows that we talk about on the next playlist, and we could alternate between them. Like we talk about a social issue or controversial matter, then we talk about a show next week.
What's the name of our YouTube channel again?
Oh,
Am I wrong?
oh my God.
It's
Okay.
Mega
We should
start
say bye.
Are you
advertise.
subscribed to
People
it?
can subscribe in
It's
so
an X in the O. An X.
Yeah.
this is
So
where we
next week we'll be talking about
I will mute you.
Umbrella Academy. Tune
No,
in.
next
Watch
we're
my
talking
YouTube
about
channel.
Control
we're
Z.
talking about Control Z.
Oh,
Bye.
Okay.
Say bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Goodbye.
guys.
We're gonna be talking
Bye.
about Control Z next.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
Stop
stop
recording
recording.
now.
How the hell do you stop
Oh
recording?
man.
Oh, here it is. Stop
Just press
recording.
stop recording.